this second leg of our adventure. We're going to start off with our flour to start off with for our flatbread here. We go with all of our dry ingredients. So I've already got our baking powder, our salt, and our sugar mixed into that little one there. And we just want to stir it all together and make sure that we get those ingredients as mixed as we possibly can. Obviously, when we start mixing the dough, it's all going to get mixed up too, but, thorough is best. All right, once you got your dry ingredients mixed up, you make a little well there, and we're going to go in with our oil, and we're going to go with a little bit of our water, not all of our water at once. The reason that we do that is because you may not need all of that water, and you want to be able to add as you go. Remember, we can always add more, but you cannot take away. So as we begin to mix our dough, what you are looking for is a nice consistency, something that holds together. So if you're mixing it and you realize, it's a little too dry, it's all right. You add a little water as you go. All right. And you want to keep working that dough for a few minutes there. You want it to really build up that strength. Once you've got that done, you're going to just cover that up, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and let it do its thing. And then we'll get into the next round. So I've rolled out some dough here. Obviously, the thickness is going to depend on what you're wanting to do with it. We're going to make pizzas, so I want it to be a little sturdy, but not too thick where you have to really fight to bite through it. And I'm going to do these in the cast iron. I wanted to grill them, which I normally do, but it's the middle of summer and I'm not that dedicated, so we're going to do this inside of the house. I've got my cast iron heated up, and I'm going to just cook those for a minute to 2 minutes on each side, just to get them nice and toasted, because remember, these are going into the oven, so we don't have to go too hard on them. So as you can see, we got a nice golden brown color to that dough there. It is edible at this time, and it's edible from the very beginning because there's no raw egg or anything in it. And we're going in with that pesto that we made in part 1. Now, normally the original recipe for this is actually like a garlic chicken, which is delicious. It goes really well with that poblano pesto. But the stuff that I have in the house today, it's just, a little mix and match. So again, go with a nice base of our pesto. I'm going to top it up with some delicious firm chorizo sausage. So not like the crumbly stuff you're used to at breakfast, but more like a salami you'll see here in just a moment. Hitting it up with my mozzarella cheese, just a little bit for my base. I view my mozzarella cheese as my glue. It's going to help hold all of my other ingredients onto this flatbread. But by all means, whatever you choose. It could be a simple cheese pizza. It could be, something super fancy. Who knows? It's all about what you want to do, right? So there's that firm chorizo that I was talking about. Slice that up like a pepperoni. And just going to go to work with that. And these flatbreads are pretty awesome. Once you've got them par cooked off, you can actually wrap them and freeze them. They hold up really, really well. The dough is nice and sturdy. You can grill it, like I said before. You can throw it in the oven or in a pan. Pretty much, the world is your oyster. Alrighty, so we're getting all those toppings on. I went in with a little bit of red onion. I feel like the red onion is a really nice touch to the pesto. Remember those flavors that we have, right? We've got a little of that basil, so it gives you that bright freshness. You've got the poblano, which gives you a nice earthy pepper taste, and a little bit of heat, as well as that jalapeno that we put into that pesto, and then balancing that against the chorizo. The mushrooms, I just threw them on there because I had them. Those are shiitake mushrooms, but again, do as you please. Do as you please. Alright, so once I got my toppings on, I'm going to hit it again with some cheese because, again, that's my glue. It's going to hold everything down. I've got the oven set at 475, which seems really high. I know, but we're not going to put it in there for very long. So like I said, I got the oven set at 475. Once I get this finished with the piece de resistance, goat cheese, you know what it is. We're going to pop those in the oven. Only for 10 minutes, right? Because we do have that oven cranked up. I just want to get that cheese melted. Everything that's on this can be eaten at the stage, the current stage where it's at now. So we don't really have to cook it for very, very long. We're just wanting to heat it through and melt that cheese. If you're not a fan of goat cheese, I understand. If you've never tried it, please do. You are missing out on a delicious part of life. All right, so got our cheeses on there. Everything is ready to go. And let's get these bad boys into the oven. So 475, 10 minutes in a conventional oven. And there you go. Poblano Pesto Flatbread. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know. See ya.